So.
And did you think you could do these things?
No.
No.
The challenge definitely was my age, and that was the biggest question I had. I was worried that I was too old. It's adventurous, it's challenging for myself. I'm not in any competition with anybody, and I'm quite proud and grateful for the things that I can do on these retreats. Some people think I'm crazy, but this is my retreat number 7, and I have, I think, 5 more scheduled to go. So I watched the retreats online probably for about a year, and I was worried people would be a lot younger than I was. You have sometimes this idea that maybe you're too old to do certain things now when you hit a certain age, that the inclusivity, the camaraderie, and all that is just worth so much. And seeing new places, trying new things.
Yeah. My name's Jocelyn Briggs, and I'm the host of Boundless Pursuits Women's Hiking Retreats. Joshua Tree is our 10th retreat, and our first job is to pick the ladies up at the airport. This particular group is a combination of women who've been on trips with us before and women who are joining us for the first time. We get a variety of ages, fitness levels, and hiking experiences, and that makes groups really fun. After picking the women up at the airport, then we head to our accommodations for the week. We were able to get a really cool Airbnb in Yucca Valley, close to most of our trails that we'll be hiking this week. While the ladies unpacked and got settled in, my team and I prepared our first dinner together. We always try to make all of our meals from scratch. Morning we were up early and we caught the tail end of sunrise. Ryan Mountain was our first hike, one of the more well-known hikes in the area. One of the questions I get asked a lot about our retreats is how much mileage do we do daily? We do about 4 to 6 hours a day in total of hiking, which is split into either 2 to 3 short hikes or 1 long hike. Sometimes we cover around 6 miles, and we've covered up to 13 miles depending what the terrain and the elevation are like. I think it's really important to note that you don't have to be in superb extreme fitness shape to come on these retreats. You just need to be able to be on your feet and walk for a few hours a day. You'll notice in the video we have all shapes and sizes and ages of women, and we all make it to the top. One of our rules is nobody gets left behind. Ryan Mountain was extremely windy that day, and we all had all of our layers on by the time we reached the summit. Our second hike of the day took us to Arch Rock, another iconic route that boasts some of the really cool rock formations that Joshua Tree is famous for. We stopped a lot to take pictures on this hike because the rock formations were just so interesting. Times it literally felt like we were on a different planet. As you can see by our clothing, it was still pretty chilly. If you ever visit Joshua Tree, this is a hike I definitely recommend. Day 3, we headed to Black Rock Canyon. The goal today was to climb Warren Peak. Yesterday's Ryan Mountain was just a warm-up for this trail, which was going to be a little bit longer, a little bit steeper, and a little bit more daunting for some of the ladies. But spoiler alert, we all made it to the top, and nobody regretted the climb once they saw the views. In every retreat, the goal is to have one peak to climb, because this is the day that everybody realizes just how much they're capable of. So many women have no idea the strength that they have within them, especially when they're surrounded with people who support them, encourage them, and cheer them on. Okay. We always encourage all the ladies to go at their own pace, take it slow, stop whenever they need breaks, and not to worry about keeping up with anybody in front of them or losing anyone behind them. We always have a team of guides on our retreats. That way nobody gets left behind, nobody gets left alone, and everybody feels like part of the group. One of the coolest things about climbing Warren Peak is at the top there's a little summit box that has a notepad for you to sign your name and leave a little message for the next person that arrives there, along with a little sign that says Warren Peak. Somehow it makes it feel like an extra special accomplishment. As I mentioned previously, the views did not disappoint. We had a circle vision view of Joshua Tree Park. Also, the more arduous the climb, somehow the views seem even better and more rewarding when you get to the top. And when you get to the bottom, everything tastes amazing. We enjoyed lunch at the trailhead before heading back to the Airbnb. Team and I work really hard to feed the ladies good, wholesome foods high in protein and foods that are going to help recover after all the work that we do on the trail that week. Day 4, we headed to the Barber Peak Loop Trail. It was about a couple hours drive, but we all agreed after hiking this trail it was well worth it.
That girl is a runner. She was born.
When designing the retreat itineraries, I always look for a combination of iconic trails that people want to see when we visit these places, alongside with more remote trails that people wouldn't necessarily find on their own, trails that offer a little bit more peace, solitude, and less crowds. This one certainly delivered that for us.
There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be.
We got to experience the infamous Koya Gardens, which are said to glow at sunset, but we found that they had a really cool glow even in the daylight. The final stretch of the hike treated us to the coolest rock formations, once again making us feel like we were on another planet.
Looking out that window on the bus to second grade. The first step she'd ever take, the first cut from a heartbreak. Been through it all, but now it's time to go our separate ways. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be.
Andrea was nervous about signing up for our retreats because she wasn't sure that she'd be able to keep up. The reality is, many of our best clients are in their 60s. In fact, 3 of the ladies on this particular trip are over 60.
There's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my baby girl become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free, I taught her how to leave.
Our next stop was Kelso Dunes. This shows why I'm hesitant to tell people how far we hike, because this was the shortest hike of the entire week, but it was definitely the hardest. It was like hiking uphill on a beach. As the climb got steeper, our pace got slower, our breathing got heavier, and we were not sure we were going to make it to the top, but we all persisted, and eventually we got to the top of the dunes, which offered us the most beautiful 360 view of the sand dunes.
Raining, baby, I'm just guessing, but I've got a feeling. Whoa, we could dance all night. Whoa, not the end of time. We could do tonight again, even in another lifetime. Believe it, and let's do tonight again.
the whole way.
We were super blessed to be treated to this view mid-afternoon where all the shadows were hitting the dunes in such a iconic way. Speaking of iconic, while the climb was super difficult, the descent was nothing short of interesting. It was kind of just a free-for-all, and wait till you see what our shoes look like at the bottom. All we could do was laugh and giggle all the way down, and cross our fingers that we didn't fall. We truly felt like kids again.
Let's do it into one pile.
Okay.
Yeah, like right here in the middle.
Do a new video. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, jeez.
We just made a new dune. For our final day, we headed back to LA, where we'd all be flying out of tomorrow, for one last, very different kind of hike. We hiked to the Hollywood sign. It was a great way to reintroduce ourselves to civilization after being in such remote trails and towns all week. We might have been in Hollywood, but our trail habits followed us with one more trail lunch. Lauren and Andrea treated us to Hailey Beaver smoothie at Erewhon to finish off our week. That brings our Joshua Tree adventure to an end. Till next time.
I've been cursing y'all the whole way.